This week on My Time to Talk.
Marlon Wayans. Was it Marlon?
Oh, did you watch it?
Marlon Wayans.
Shay.
Yeah.
I was going to watch that.
Like, yeah, they may have had all this stuff, but I have my mom and my dad. And he's like, that is it. That's what we needed. That is all that we needed. Do you get what I mean? Is that we had a mom and a dad, and that is so impactful over your iPhones, your trainers, your flipping Dior candle.
I think thousands of people to come to your rallies. Oh God, please, stop. Let it stop.
It's not stopping
Type of thing, you know what I mean?
That's for damn sure.
A possible future president, say something like that somewhere in an area that you are going to have to depend on these votes, that they were eating their cats and dogs.
The iPhone, to be fair, it's not just iPhone. So this is my PSA for the 2016. Day. There's a silent genocide going on in the Congo, and it's for coltan and cobalt.
Oh yeah.
And this is what's used for the screens and the batteries in these iPhones, and it's not just iPhone that's doing it. It is Samsung, it's going to be Microsoft, it's the screens for your computers, it's the flat screen TVs, it's Tesla, it's electric vehicles in general. You can have all of these nice things, but you just need to be doing it fairly. Like, there's no reason that children should be dying every fucking day to get people phones.
Definitely a different
Where am I on this way? How am I? Let's get it right. Oh, sorry, I've still messed it up. Let's go round and round again. We're like in assembly at school. Oh, you're there? I thought I was on that side.
We're mixing it up.
Oh, you're mixing it up today. See, you give people forewarning.
Well, I did.
I thought you were just sitting there while we was chatting.
Thank God for editing.
Oh, this feels weird. Why are you on that
didn't even
side?
prepare yourself in the looks, did ya?
I don't mind. I have no best side.
You did.
I mean,
They're both
you've got two good best sides.
It's this side, each side of the hand. That's my best side. Yeah, now mine's my left. BAM!
Bam, what? So why do you want to sit on this side then?
I don't
Because she wants to play with my glasses.
Because sometimes, I generally think to myself,
I've got
you gotta get used to your face. Like, so if you're coming back in every picture and you
Oh no, please. Oh my God.
See?
And I'm 2.5.
You're who?
2.5, that's all. It's like,
my man's lying to you.
I'm nearly 2020.
I've been trying on people's glasses recently, and
Please put it
Lord,
down.
it's making me realise how good my eyes are.
Okay. Brilliant, considering I'm 65.
But I feel like we do need to check that optician though. As much as shout out to you because they look after you. I sent Billy down there and they said that he's got 20/20 vision. And that same day I said, oh, Bill, could you just pass me the thing?
Well, it's just it's child blindness.
Where is it?
That's just boy looking.
That's just child like.
I was like, it's there.
That's the same with children, isn't it? It's over there. Where?
No, Bean will have it in his hands.
Anyway.
Where, mummy? Where?
Yeah, exactly.
This one.
So, it's my time to talk.
It's my time to talk.
Today, we're going to start. Why does she do this?
I've just thought of what I wanted to talk about.
Oh, good timing.
Right.
My weekly affair.
Yeah,
So,
weekly
who's going to
affair.
start?
Who's starting?
As
Go on
you're
then,
so
Reach, before you
excited,
forget it again.
This wasn't actually my week.
It wasn't going to be, you just told us.
Okay.
No, this was actually going to be my congratulate, but then obviously. So the congratulate was what I was just about. I just
You're
thought
just talking
of.
about.
Yeah. So weekly affair. I finished Snowfall.
Video stopped.
Oh, wow.
Took so long.
Do it again. You finished
All right,
what?
carry on.
I missed your sarcasm. And I'm trying to work out what you said, but at the same time,
It's the highest form of wit.
Lowest form
No,
of
it's
something. Highest form of wit.
Anyway,
Snowfall was
your weekly
Epic.
affair is what?
Snowfall.
Well, yeah.
the
It's a bit late. Let's just
No,
give the disclaimer.
I finished it.
It is a bit late.
I finished it this week.
But many people finished it when it
2017.
and
actually
some people haven't watched it.
when it actually finished.
Some people still haven't watched it, so we could be just playing back
There
on
you
it.
go.
But yeah.
But yeah, so anyway, my weekly affairs that I finished it this week. After much ado, I know it was totally like last year, but no one was banning off my internet threads talking about it.
I was telling you to watch it. I was like,
you told me to watch it.
watch
What I'm
it. Sorry,
saying
Mom.
is, at the time, it wasn't on the threads saying anything about it. Okay? But, because normally you get spoilers.
You do, but there was a whole
Yeah, I
heap
know,
of
but that's
pictures
what
of
I
fucked up
didn't see
Franklin all over
anything.
Black
But I didn't see anything, which is great because
So was
I
it
didn't
good?
get spoiled. So yes, I'm not gonna lie to you. I tried to finish this thing at the time when it was actually coming out, and I just couldn't get through it. Mainly because I feel like the program in itself, it was one of those things that it would like leave like eggs, and then so like say like episode 3, it would leave a little egg and pick it up in episode 7. But I fell asleep at the end of episode 3, so by episode 7 I'm not understanding what's this in relation to. And then you're like, so every single catch up that it had at the beginning, I had to just rewatch that, even just literally just skipping through episodes, just watching the catch up so that I knew what was happening. But yes, finally made it. Like, loved the program, hated the ending. Obs. Franklin, what happened, babe? Like, first of all, I know what happened. Let's just go back. So obviously you guys all watched it. So ending episode, Franklin trying to get his money, G. He's about to finally get his money from a spy guy. I'm not even gonna use his name because bon him. Death upon him, fire upon you, all of that. So yeah, he's finally about to get his money. Lets mommy roll. Jerome's dead. What?
Okay.
The moment he said though, yeah, I'm just gonna go off to Jamaica, I was like, they ain't about to let Leon just go off to Africa. We don't have no budget for that. You ain't making it to Jamaica, babes. Let's just know. And then it made sense why the background picture for the whole thing was all Jerome. Because I was like, why have I got this bro on this background picture? But yeah, that hurt a lot. And defending that wootless woman as well, I am so sorry. All of my compassion for that woman just left. Everything they built up for 5 seasons of this woman getting battered by her pimp, all of that stuff, gone in a heartbeat. I was like, go on now, get branded now. Anyway, yeah, and then obviously Franklin's then like out here, doesn't get his money because mommy shot up the spy guy before password was said. Mommy, what the backside though? Like, I get it. No, I didn't get it at the time. Honestly, you was there with the spy guy bond for you, because you literally just let your son go down. However, yeah, anyway, and then yeah, Franklin's there out on road as a alcoholic who is there like trying to say, yeah, like they're after me and all of this business, telling people to stop shitting outside his yard, or like the youth them no respect, like they're like, oh yeah, if you call that living, blah blah blah.
It was
all
reflective
of that
of what it is, yeah.
Which was then when I read after, it was heartbreaking to see him like that though, because it just was like, as much as yes he did make his own life decisions, I feel like that spy guy really did fuck him up, like completely fuck him up. And you partly and you like feel for the fact of he did have so much determination and like want to be successful, even though he had the opportunity to do that in a kind of like, you know, university setting and go down that road. He's very intelligent. But the fact that I think he built that whole business with that intelligence, like it was a business at the end of the day, and there's so many other people who are doing that same shit out here, who still then, when they want to go a legitimate route, it happens for them, sort of thing. It does, like, at the end of the day, he was trying to get out of it, and that was the part that the spy guy couldn't let go, that he was going to leave him to it and be like, money, yeah, I'm going to take my money and now, like, develop things because the things that he had in place were actually legit, was actually going to be beneficial to his community and all of that stuff. So to know that he went through all of that negative shit for this guy to just literally take it off him, which I feel like is the, like, you know, what's it called, Black Pound Street, all of that stuff, same thing. You just build it up, and then as soon as it gets to a point where, okay, no, oh no, you're doing it all on your own now, sort of thing, it gets taken from you as a black person. So that was part of it. But then I read up afterwards that obviously that's the same thing that he resented about his dad. And then he turned into his dad. So it was like a kind of
genetic
full circle moment, in the sense of now his son is going to look at him the same way, which was exactly what he never wanted, was to be seen as that. That's what he hated about his dad, and now that's what he's turned into, is his dad. So it was definitely a lesson learned, and it did, like, reading up about it afterwards, it did make you think, okay, yeah, like, maybe I was back in the wrong side a little bit. Because I think then the mom stealing the money, not stealing the money, the mom shooting the guy beforehand, was the fact that Franklin promised to so many people that I'm definitely going to shoot this guy. And if he went through with that, she's saying, you've just sold your soul then, because this is the thing, like, he's a bad person, and if that, like, you letting him go to get your money back is showing that you are now siding with them, and I'm not gonna let you sell your soul like that, which obviously wasn't your decision to make, mommy. That's all I'm gonna say. But fair enough, I understand. And you're airing your son in jail. No, I was really angry. But yeah.
Yeah, I was hella pissed at the time.
So that's my.
But yeah, favourite character was Leon. I loved Leon. I'm glad he got a happy ending.
He was alright.
He was lovely.
Oh, okay.
Second favourite was Crazy.
So is he going to be a serial to it?
That was the serial. It was 6 seasons.
Okay.
Yeah. So that was the wrap up.
As you can tell, I haven't watched it.
Mummy would say it was too negative for her.
It's not far too negative.
It's got a good storyline.
This is a woman that has never watched, what is it?
What?
Scorsese's, what's his name?
Martin Scorsese.
Oh.
You must have watched one of his movies at
No.
least.
Oh,
I'm sure you have.
The only one was the one where he chopped off somebody's finger.
Say hello to my little friend.
Perhaps not.
No? You not
Next.
watch that?
No.
What's yours?
Mine is totally the reverse. Mine is
Coronation Street.
from. Sorry, I don't even watch things.
You're watching then.
Is yesterday's thing? Yesterday's America's toing and froing in their debate, where once again Trump is showing that he's totally off his head, because he saw it on telly. He saw it on telly that this community was eating their people's cats and dogs in the area. He said that in a future debate with Kamala. You know what I mean? I have no allegiance to Mrs. Harris, as I keep saying, but for goodness sake, you know, like, Trump, please do not allow us to have to go through another 4 years. America, let's do not go through another 4 years of this madman. It is just not.
Everybody was saying that she came across great.
You know, I don't mind.
But I'm like, how are you? I mean,
yeah, because
how can you not? like,
Yeah,
as
how
long
could
as
you
you've got a
not?
brain
You've
cell,
got
you're
nutter.
gonna come across better than this dude. Do you know what I mean? That was the whole point of getting rid of Donnery Biden, was because they want to have a standing chance.
Exactly.
For fuck's sake. So you know what I mean?
She put these in the hashtag.
She was like skin in teeth, like, oh, I've got the answer to that one, but it's not hard, for fuck's sake. Like, the man is chatting
the man
pure
is
shit.
talking rubbish. Oh, you bought in, you flew in thousands of people to come to your rallies. Oh God, please, you know, stop, let it stop.
It's not stopping
Type of thing,
anytime
you know what I
soon,
mean?
that's for damn sure.
You know, it's like, how could you say that as a possible future president? Hold on, how can you possibly, as a possible future president, say something like that somewhere in an area that you are going to have to depend on these votes because presumably they are able to vote, that they were eating their cats and dogs in the what's it? This is something that used to happen to other people in slavery. Do you know what I mean? Like, oh, they come from monkeys, they this and that. It tantamounts to ignorance. And how can you have an ignorant person running a continent of America with these sorts of ideologies? You know, like, please let it stop. Please let it stop.
It's not gonna stop, and because people keep still feeding into the bullshit. Do you know what I mean? Like, literally,
they think the same thing.
They think exactly my point.
You're saying, oh, you know, the thoughts of someone who's running a continent, but he's also the thoughts
expressing
of representing
he's expressing their ideology.
What these people think.
They know the buzzword is migrants. Get the people thinking, build a wall.
Exactly what
like, it's just the same.
This
This was
country.
the point. Brexit. That's it. And the old people, like, I'm sorry, I'm not laughing at old people that are gonna be cold in the winter. When you voted for Brexit, that took, it was the over 65s that majority voted for Brexit. That took £1,000 per household out of every British household. Yeah? So now when you're talking about your £200, £300, it's us that are having to frigging pick up the pieces of your racist nonsense. Do you know what I mean? Because the economy's broke up.
Is this a weekly thing?
No, it goes to the point of Brexit.
I know it does.
Thing, do you know what I mean? So don't complain then. Like, it's the same thing these people will do with Trump. Then he'll be in and they'll complain about this and that. But it's them that's voting for the nonsense. Like, you're not reading between the lines to see what that actually means for you.
I was just gonna say as well that the older generation are amongst the highest of the population still, and still holds the majority of the money,
of the votes,
and votes and money, because you are still the top of the leaderboard. You are still the CEOs,
bringing
the bosses,
in like the ones that it actually applies to.
But you're still assimilating the same ideas that are now not working for a whole generation below you. Do you get what I mean? And these ideas aren't even things
coming
that
to
were
bite
there.
you in the
Yeah,
arse.
but they weren't even ideas that were introduced before you. They were introduced because of you. Because of you. And then you're now using them to absolutely obliterate anyone else who's coming after you based off ideas that you had growing up. Basically, and that's the dumbest thing, because to know that he's talking about cats and dogs getting eaten and stuff like that, and that's stuff that we would joke about when I was in primary school. To say that, I know it's coming from a place of you being ignorant and outside of the scope of so
but it also leads on to people doing what they did in the riots. It leads on to things like that. So, you know, like when we get somebody over here saying, oh yeah, because they ate my cat and my dog as well. Do you know what I mean? Because they're leading off the ignorance of America. And then the Americans who are ignorant, some of them are ignorant to what is going on in their country, because half of them don't even know, not half of them, some of them don't even know who the current president is, because they keep calling Trump the president.
Yeah, because they're doing it on
and
purpose.
It's like,
because they're saying the only president they will acknowledge is President Trump. They're doing that on purpose. I'm saying that
they're now going to think that it's okay. Like when they done Capitol Hill, when they ran into Capitol Hill and said, "Oh no, it wasn't because of Trump telling us to." Yes, it was.
But they asked him about that, though. They asked him about that, and the man went all the way around the house to talk about Nancy Pelosi.
Yeah, exactly. But I'm saying that they are going to go and pick on the legal immigrants in the country, saying that they eat cats and dogs. You know, so you're bringing us back to a century ago, or when they were ignorantly doing it before.
That he knows that the only way that he can get any kind of attention is to come with the racism, because that's the quickest way to
That's what he's running on.
That's what he's able to find as much as and he's not giving any kind of colour to that. He's just saying the people who are coming into this area. So regardless of however you want to divide it, he's dividing it between them and us. If you lived in the area beforehand, it's the other people that we're talking about, whether you're black, white, Asian, or whatever. He knows that feeling of feeling like, I can't stand it when those people, like if I came around here and someone said, I'm running for election, and they put something through my door that said, are you tired of these people parking like outside your house? Obviously I'm voting for you, because it's something that I have a distaste
to my feeling.
So he knows that focusing on the negatives of I've seen this and I think that's terrible and blah 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 blah. He knows that's going to rile more people to go out and be like, I fucking hate that too. And then rather than focusing on, actually I do want to make a difference, which is
Camilla said to him, can you just tell us what your policies are instead of these ridiculous things? He says, well, I have got some. And it's like,
he doesn't
what are they? We're in a debate. So what are they?
He doesn't want to speak about that.
He doesn't want to talk about them because he's going to make them up as he goes along. He even went against his own vice president's future, what he wants to be vice president. What he said, and he says, perhaps he didn't get...
This is what they like about Trump, is that he doesn't... Like, everybody knows that a president is just a face, They're not actually thinking, but this dude was firing people left, right, and centre. Like, you don't agree with me, then I'm getting you out.
He fired 19 people in the first 19 days.
Transformed the face of that, I think it's the Supreme Court. And with that, once you're on the bench of the Supreme Court, you ain't getting sacked. You're there for life.
No.
Do you know what I mean? So if this is the important bit that people are missing. If he's filled the Supreme Court with people that are like-minded like him, and they can stay there, they're young people now, because they were all old, and the older ones were starting to die off with the finger views. So now with his presidency and his power, he was able to get young people that had the same
ideologies
into the Supreme Court. Do you know what I mean? And they can't be removed. Do you know what I mean?
Can I just say something as well, which I feel like is the biggest thing overall, is that to remember that even the presidency is all a business. So this, in the same way that they did with Brexit, and when can't remember his name, the prime minister at the time here was Rishi. In a position, he was Rishi at Brexit.
Boris.
No.
Boris.
One before that one. He did have 4 of them in 1 year.
I know, exactly. Lord. I forgot his name.
David Cameron.
Thank you.
So the moment he quit, all that did was open up a thingy, because he didn't want to be the face of the bullshit, basically. And he wasn't going to take the heat. So then everyone after him, everyone after him became the bad guy. But it allowed so much shit to get passed under a bad name. But then they've got their legacy done. Do you know what I mean? They're getting paid. So the same way that I truly believe that what's his name? Who was before Boris? Oh, sorry, So they put Boris in, and then no, sorry, I'm going back to America now. So they put Donald in, and then they said, Donald, we're not going to have you for another year, so we're going to put Biden in. They've immediately made Camilla the vice president, knowing this man's older than Sutdust.
That he's
so
probably.
This is a business. So they got Donald to do all the shit that they wanted Donald to do under his name. They did want another president, but they wanted the president.
He was too hot.
So it was just a setup to get Camilla in place, because they know now that if Donald, she's going up against Donald Trump, no one wants Donald in again, because we just clearly saw you could have voted for him the last time.
And you didn't.
But you didn't. So they're not going to have Donald in. Oh no, Biden's now said, oh yeah, no, I am old. I'm going to back out. And the only person there up there is Camilla. So they also have put Camilla there in this position. Everything is strategic. Even though they kind of making it seem like you have a choice. The same way that Rishi, where they said, so you can have your election now. It's between Rishi and someone else who's shit. And Rishi then went and said, oh, okay, if you choose me, I'm putting you all in the army. So you say some stupid shit,
and I
so
agree.
that you pick
I agree
the
with that.
person that they want you to pick.
Because you know that you're going to
set
then have
for
to
you
have
to
Camilla.
go. Do you get what I mean?
I thought that
So
this
now,
morning.
If you think
And that's why you've got no policies, because you don't need any.
We've since Brexit, we've had back to back Prime Minister that no one chose, but you got paid millions of pounds to do that job, but no one chose you to be in place. Now we get a choice. The choice we have is still shit. And what are we going to choose?
The same person.
The worst, the best out of a worst
situation.
And the only thing that, because in the Brexit time, we're just like, oh wow, since Labour's been out, when he quit, it's been shit. Like absolute shit. Let's just try and go back to where it was less shit. Do you get what I mean? But they're always putting you in a position where they make it seem like when they say, oh, we're going to vote,
that was going to be like this.
Vote, and we're going to endorse this person, and we think this person is great. No, babe, both of them are shit, and they
now you can say
for you to decide which
you
shit
can actually say put that into policies and say, well, we're just undoing what the last government done.
They can spend their whole term saying
Do you know what I mean?
Oh, well, it was in such a bad state.
Put it onto yours.
Weekly affair.
We could do this for an hour.
Oh my god. Oh, mine was Deliverance on Netflix.
Not watched it.
Lee Daniels. It's a Lee Daniels
production.
And it was actually really good, I have to say. I did have my
because of Monique.
Monique is not the main actress. The main actress is Andrea Day, who played in another Lee Daniels film, United States versus Billie Holiday. And they did the Billie Holiday biopic, and she was really good in that, actually. And she was very good in this. There's so many good actors and actresses in this.
So what's the reservations for?
I'll tell you in a minute.
Oh, okay, mother.
So we had, obviously I just said Andrea Day, we had Glenn Close played her mom.
Really?
Yeah, which I thought was mad. And she plays like one of them kind of hoochie mama, white women with the black guys.
Yeah.
Oh, the stereotypical, got the short wig.
Yeah. And speaking a bit
the titties and Batty's batting and shit. So I was like, well, this
Speaking
is
a bit
new.
of patois.
No patois.
Oh dear, no.
She was calling
Rough American.
yo bitch and all of that type of stuff. There was a lot of that type of stuff going on.
That was my favourite type
Who
of
else was in it? Oh, Andrew Ellis-Taylor, the one that played in Cast.
Yeah,
she was in it. She was a really good character in it as well, without giving it away. And of course, Monique. And obviously, this was what was so nice about this, because Monique and Lee Daniels had like a major quarrel, beef, disagreement. Rightly so. From Monique's point of view, I think she had definitely some valid points in terms of how she was being treated and what she was expected to do for not enough money, basically. Obviously, she worked on Precious with him, and that became, Oscar nominated and whatnot.
That was good.
And it was an amazing movie, but she got paid a pittance for it. She did it because of the story, and she did it because of Lee Daniels writing the story.
Look back at one of our other podcasts about how payment of black women in Hollywood.
Yeah, definitely. And so they've kind of made up. He's apologised to her to a point where she's accepted. And I'm glad, because them two as a duo is amazing, definitely. As I said, she wasn't the main character in this, but she has got a really good thingy. I don't want to say too much because it's very new.
I'm never going to watch it.
Okay, I know you're not, but other people might.
Only because it's a horror.
Yeah, but it is really good. And the storyline is basically, it is like a sort of The Haunting type thing. So there's something in the house that is making the family go nuts, basically.
I think you need to just tell us what happens.
Shall I do a spoilers? Okay.
Spoilers! What happened, Bill?
So, basically, what I didn't like about it, I'll get into it like this, is that I don't know what it is about Lee Daniels and Tyler Perry. I can't stand Tyler Perry movies, and especially his depiction of black women. And this was my issue with this, was that not even that so much, like it was that we're so harsh and coarse with our kids. And I understand why it was done in this film, because it plays onto the fact that basically, like, there's an entity in the house and it takes over her youngest son. She's got 3 kids. Her husband was in Iraq. They've kind of separated, so they're in the middle of the separation. Her mom's going through chemo. She's broke. She's paying for her mom's chemo. So a lot's happening, and she was she had a drink problem. So there's this underlying reference that she beats her kids, basically. And the mum, it's then thingy that the mum was very similar to her, the Glenn Close character. But yeah, so they're all kind of living in this household together. There's not a lot of like respect for her kind of thing, but rightly so. Just because of how she goes on, even though he does portray that she is a loving mother, like she does love them, but as I said,
she doesn't know how to.
Yes, yeah. So while I understood it, I was still just a bit like, oh, like why did we have to have it in that kind of way? So it's only when the actual film goes on and the Angelou Ellis Taylor woman comes in. She's basically, what did she call herself? It's not an exorcist. It's another word. I can't remember. I'll put it up when I remember. But she basically can get rid of these demons. So she's been watching this family from the time that she's there. So she's waiting for the fallout because she knows what happened to the last family that were there. Do you know what I mean? And the last family that was there, the boy was ultimately taken over. His whole spirit was taken over. They called her in. She tried to do something, but the spirit was too big, boxed her out of there, and then continued to wreak havoc. The mom ended up packing up her husband in the night. Didn't even know why. So you see her thinking, she didn't know why. You don't see it, but like you see the inference of it. And then her daughter opens the door and she's like, Mom? And then obviously she runs after the daughter with the axe. So the inference is that she kills the whole family. So this is why when the woman was like, this spirit is really strong and it's in your son. So the son, like we're seeing it play out in all of her children. So it's possessing all of her children one at a time. The Monique character is the social services. So she follows her because she's apparently moved from Chicago and not informed social services. So then the Monique character turns up and she's like, what the fuck is going on? Why did you leave? And you haven't informed us where you're going, blah, 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 blah. So there was no solidarity between the black women as well. So this was another thing that was so frustrating because I was like, we don't treat each other like this.
So why did
Do you know what I mean? She moved because she moved from the thingy. I don't know whether there was some kind of thingy situation. So the kids, obviously she's beating the kids, isn't it?
Oh, okay.
So there is some shit going on with her and the kids. So she's running away from social services. So when the woman's like, I need to see the kids, they've got bruises and shit on them. Do you know what I mean? And then it starts to realise then, like the youngest, she's like, nah, there's like something not wrong with him. There's something wrong with him, do you know what I mean? But obviously nobody believes her. The mum don't believe her. The mum's now a born-again Christian and she's like, you need to come with me to church. And she's like, oh, now you found God suddenly.
Yeah,
so
now
there's all of this juxtaposition, and then obviously the mum's white and all of this kind of stuff. So there was a lot going on, but yet he maintained a really good horror story like throughout it. Like they had a lot of like...
Tyler Perry? in there?
No, I was using that as an example of how they thingy black women, and they're the main black male producers that I know get big productions. Like he did Star as well, Lee Daniels. He did Star. He did Empire. He did what other films has he done? He's done loads of films. Literally, Lee Daniels has been going for years and years. But this was his latest one, and it was really good. And I just wanted to put that out there. Have a watch if you didn't watch the whole spoiler, but even if you did.
Well, she didn't actually spoil anything. Really. She just told
there
you
was a lot.
She didn't,
and I didn't tell you exactly. And I was saying, blood,
you have to tell me that after.
Fire. The end, Lord of mercy. Definitely,
you can't tell me after.
Definitely worth a watch. Definitely,
y'all.
So that's a weekly.
I'll read that. So now it is.
It's that much.
Is it?
Yes. It is indeed.
Right. Okay. I'll go first.
Go.
How much is the registration plate number 1?
Oh God, that must be thousands.
Number 1.
That must be thousands. The least numbers is the most money. So it's got to be well into probably even 5,000, probably even more, actually, because I know that the least you've got on it, the more you pay. So let's say 5, but I think it's more.
£5,000.
I think it's more than that.
I would say at least in the tens, at least
10,000.
Yeah. Because I'm sure I know somebody that's got a reg that was 10,000 or something. I was just like, what? And that was because it was like a couple of numbers, or it was Zulu or something like that, BCFC or something like that. So I'm gonna say 11,500.
Okay, I'm just gonna let you know both of you are way off.
Oh wow.
Okay, so let's go
half a mil.
Yeah.
Okay.
I will say 300,000 then.
Okay. 7 million.
What?
And 50,000.
7 million pounds.
And that was in 2000. That was in 2018. I think this was.
7 mil.
So it was bought in 2015.
And never been sold since.
By someone in Dubai.
Okay,
I can imagine.
That makes sense.
No, but
it all makes sense.
He does have the car in the UK because I've seen it in Central London before.
Oh,
that was the first time.
Different places,
everywhere. You can ship that car everywhere.
But yeah, so bought in 2018
for 7 mil.
That's
what it's worth now.
It was 52.2 million AED.
When he bought it,
equivalent of 7 million pounds.
Oh, okay.
So that was 2018. So it's probably gone up.
It's probably
like close to.
Who's paying that much for a freaking
people with money?
Oh gosh, definitely.
With loads of money.
Just get a market.
It's like I watched one of those. There was
it
was like an African thing. You know that DJ. He's on BBC One Extra.
Yeah. Eddie Caddy.
Eddie Caddy, that's it. He did a thing with Mo Bean, and they went to Africa, and one of the richest guys out there in Ghana, he'd bought all of these houses on a lot, like it was like 26 houses or something like that, and that's just his lot, like where he stays, and he just has all these cars just sitting there, like Elvis Presley's car, and he said like I just bought it at an auction, and he's like, you know, it's not for driving, but you know, I like to just look at it. And it's like...
just because they can.
Because you've just got that money, so... And don't get me wrong, the cars were banging.
Orders mentality.
You could see Mo being just standing there like, yeah, bro, good
story.
Whereas Eddie's like, yeah, bro, sort of thing, but yeah.
Okay.
Oh, what's this then? A candle?
Yeah.
Dior. Oh, God.
Ooh, candle.
We don't need to do that these days.
Dior. I say 450.
400.
£259. Oh, £169.
What? Why are you gone so low?
Oh no, 200.
I can't even remember what I said now.
450.
Yeah.
And I said 2.
Yeah, I'll stick.
So Ria's good then. She's
Okay. 580.
Wow,
Yeah.
for a candle, that shit's
Yeah.
gonna burn out. Is it ever lighting? Does it come back? Does the wax rejuvenate after time? No.
No, but it's from Perry, and it is.
It could be from.
You know, it could be from a mother's.
I'm sorry, it
womb.
was what? Five what?
Oh,
It's only
they've got,
scented
you could do PayPal, 3 interest
Three-
free payments of
193.
193.
So there you go.
33.
If you're broke,
Imagine having payments on your candle.
Oh, on your candle, you wouldn't want to burn that.
We've still got 193 to
It's
go.
like
sit there
one
burning
little
the
bit at a time.
That would be less.
I'd like light it once and then
Yeah.
Yeah, you
throw
could
it out again.
You could get a £5 note
I know
and
what we
just
should
burn
do.
that.
Yeah, might
And
as
just let that
well.
get
We're supposed to have done
Might
the
as well.
dilemma.
I told
No, we were
ya
supposed
there was
to-
something else before.
Yeah.
Oh, it's dilemma. And
Stop it.
okay,
We've got an order.
how much for this
What is it?
iPhone 16 Pro Max?
The new one.
This is the newest one.
Is that how thin it is?
I don't know, to be fair. Probably.
Well, I did see
Is that
one.
the screen?
It's gonna just broke like just one little drop.
No, isn't that usual for iPhones?
Yeah.
1,900 and something. I
Wait,
think I
is
saw
it 16? Is
the
it
other day.
£1,116?
Oh dear.
Very close.
Because they
1,900
like to do some
mine.
little like gadgety thingy.
And yours is
with the
1,000
prices.
what? 600.
116 or something.
Reasha's
16.
the closest. 1,199.
Oh, I thought they were gonna do something spicy. With
Or
the
you could go for the that was for the 256 gig, 1,199, or for the 512 gig, it's 1,399, or for the ITB or the
What is
1TB, I don't know what the fuck that is, it's 1,599. Oh, 1
Terabyte,
terabyte.
yeah.
Oh, terabyte. Who needs a terabyte on
Wait,
their
who
phone?
needs 250?
I probably do actually. The amount of
Yeah,
time I
you
need
probably
to
do.
clear my storage. But the
first
reason I
one, the
chose
white
this is
thousand.
because I'm saying people we need to boycott. Okay, so
iPhones.
the iPhone.
I'm already
it's not,
there.
to be fair, it's not just iPhone. So this is my PSA for the day.
2016.
There's a silent Genocost stroke genocide going on in the Congo, and it's for coltan and cobalt.
Oh, yeah.
And this is what's used for the screens and the batteries
Yeah.
in these iPhones, and it's not just iPhone that's doing it. It is Samsung, it's going to be Microsoft, it's the screens for your computers, it's the flat screen TVs, it's Tesla, it's electric vehicles in general. Like, let's just please try and get these people to understand that yes, we can have all of these nice things, but you just need to be doing it fairly. Like, there's no reason that children should be dying every fucking day to get people phones. Do you know what I mean? To get people to drive in electric vehicles
don't
that we
deserve
don't
phones.
need. Do you know what I mean?
don't
These
deserve
kids
them.
haven't even got shoes. They haven't even got food. Do you know what I mean? Like, this is
What you
forced labour.
fail to remember
And hold on, Mum.
is
There's
that
like
Congo is under the debt. They still owe France money, and it's like, how do you make that out? You know, when you stole so much from Congo, how do you make out that they still owe you money?
oh, they say that to every bloody African country that that's the IMF. That's colonial debt, isn't it? It's just another form of colonialism. But yeah, so millions of people have already died. Do you know what I mean? Like, this isn't going to stop, and this isn't going to go away. So please, guys, if you do not need a new phone, don't just get a new phone just because you can. Like, if you can see my phone right now, I'll screenshot it. It's mashed up. Do you know what I mean? There's things, there's breaks all through it, scrapes all over it.
And she
but
could
I could easily upgrade my phone right now. I'm not, because it's still working, it's still functioning. Or if we do need to, let's like look at refurbished phones or refurbished computers, like the same way people are doing, like with clothes and stuff, going to charity shops. Now we're realising our carbon footprint and all of this kind of stuff. Let's do the same so that we can stand in solidarity with Congo.
But you know what they're going to say? Sorry, you know what they're going to say? oh, well, we are giving them jobs.
No, they've already been taken to court, and obviously these people they're multi-millionaires, for God's sake, so they're always going to win the legal battles. That's where the people need to come in and stand up for those that haven't got a voice, for those that are forced to go out to work with their mums. Little kids are forced to go out to work with their mums. Do you know what I mean? Who is going to put a stop to this? Like, it's absolutely disgusting, and it's sickening, and it just really upsets me. So please, guys.
That is so true. That is so true. And it's been happening for so many years.
Can you
it's like, when does it stop?
How many people are,
you know what I mean?
like the juxtaposition that we live in a world where the difference between the people who have nothing, less than nothing, sort of thing, in comparison to the people who have, is just so large.
So large.
And
so gapped.
Ironically, the people mentally who have nothing are stronger than all the people who have got
always the case. It's always the case.
And the people who are advocating for us are the people who have no idea. Like, literally, these people here who have no idea, no care about like what's happening down here. So you, like, as the middle ground people, you know, like Riga said, if it's the difference between all that you can do is just not upgrade
Buy
your phone,
one upgrade.
like if you can wait 4 years before getting your kid a new phone, or when your kid loses their phone, you don't get them a one straight away, you go and get them that Nokia 3310, because babe, it did it for you. Do you get what I mean? Like, I feel like we do need to kind of bring it back with our kids and kind of teach them, like, as much as they're teaching us as well, but teach them how to treat people again, because honestly, we're fucking it up. We are having
humanity is just
because the fact that you can just not give a shit about those things, and you know, those are things that you can definitely make a difference on. Because I can tell you now that £500 candle that we just
I bet you
could have been used for other things, and that wax is probably coming from somewhere as well.
Anyway,
exactly.
The dilemma.
That was it's much.
It's much.
So the dilemma is, you know, let's cuddle.
So our dilemma this week, ladies. Okay, so you are a grown person, and you have had these two friends since you was young, so from secondary school, that as you guys grew up, them two got married. So the girl, it's not relevant to the dilemma. What your marital situation is. But yeah, so your two friends got married. Obviously, you was closer with the girlfriend, but
they're a boy and a girl. To each other.
To each other. Okay. Yeah. So they've got married to each other. Obviously, you was closer with the girlfriend, but you both come up through school and stuff like that, and you know, you're close and whatever. The girlfriend comes to you one day, and you see the girlfriend out with someone else that's not her husband, and obviously like things are popping off. It's looking like she's doing some extra marital affairs out there. And then and another point, so you're kind of just seeing that. At another point, then the friend's husband comes around, your other friend, and says, they're in a long-term relationship. Sorry, guys. He comes around and says, I'm looking to propose.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
then you go, So in this dilemma, then you haven't said anything to him yet about the getting married. You go to your other friend first, and you go to talk to her about like what you saw. Yeah. And you're like, so what was you doing? I saw you out, like, was there anyone, blah blah blah. And she's like, no. She's like, I'm seeing this other guy, blah blah blah, and like I'm just seeing how things go, and like I'm not too sure about the thing. So then you pose to your friend, like with your relationship, are you not like happy, or like is it because you're not married, like to try and get a gauge of what it is. And she says, like I'm happy. I just want to also see how this goes. But if he proposes, my long-term boyfriend proposes, I probably wouldn't call it off. I would still say yeah, but I wouldn't call it off. What? Are you telling the other friend,
the male friend,
about what you spoke to with that friend, or are you letting it be? No. Or are you telling the friend, your female friend, what he's about to do, and potentially what are you doing in that situation?
I'm not covering for that kind of stank behaviour. Definitely not. Like if you wanna play the field, that's fine. But if you're in a long-term and exclusive relationship, should I say, it doesn't matter whether it's long-term. If you're in an exclusive relationship and both of you are under the assumption that it's exclusive, especially if I know both parties, how am I going to come to your house and stuff and skin teeth and drink tea? And no, that just makes me feel too uncomfortable. Do you know what I mean? So I don't know, I would have to say to her, okay, I wouldn't say that he's planning to propose. I would just call her out because that's how I am as a friend anyway.
To the other friend. The man.
To her face, and just say well, what the fuck?
Well,
what's
that ain't
going
gonna
on?
stop anything.
I know, but that would be my point. I'd give the ultimatum. I can't, the same friend that I am to you, I can't then basically my behaviour in this situation. If I was to do that to him, then what would stop me from, doing the same thing to you? Then,
you're going to tell.
Yes,
if she
doesn't tell, then I would have to tell. I'd give her a certain amount of time and say, okay, well, we're due to have barbecue on Saturday or whatever. I can't be at that barbecue, so either don't invite me. Mm-hmm. If you're not going to tell him by Saturday, then don't invite me because I can't be sitting there and skinning teeth. And then it would be okay, have you told him? Do you know what I mean? Yeah. And then it would have to be a day to ultimatum.
So you give her an ultimatum.
I'd give her time to do it herself. Yeah. I would say, you need to finger. I would even help her and say, okay, this may be the way to, fingy. But in the sense of keeping that a secret, no, I'm not gonna frigging let my other friend be humiliated. Boss out big ring. And this girl's potentially going to say yes, and then what are we then at the aisle the next time? And I'm in a fucking bridesmaid's dress, and I know all the... Oh, no, my shit. I can't take that type of shit.
Real word, no, it's too much.
Oh, no, man, nah.
Balling on the wedding day.
No, I'm on another scale. No. I'm not telling anybody anything.
You're staying out of it.
I'm staying out of it, because I'll tell you why. I seen something on YouTube that this guy actually let his... woman go to the altar and then put up this screen and says this is why we're not getting married today.
I can love it blind,
because there was a whole heap of people in the congregation, let's say,
that she slept with.
No, one man. She was on screen kissing up and all that, so he knew. Do you know what I mean? And he's still married. He went to the altar
humiliation bit.
Do you know what I mean?
So I may have stopped doing the humiliation.
So it's no.
You may know.
Because he may know, and then he's you're going to be the person.
Well, if he knows, then he knows.
I don't know, but you don't know if he knows.
Yeah, he doesn't know.
But I'm saying that, it comes to the point, usually, because if he wanted to do that and you go and tell him, now he can't do that. Do you know what I mean? Because you made her out herself. So at the end of the day, chances are either way, they know about what's going on. And if they don't, it's still not up to me to tell her, because I've seen it loads of times, that the person who tells the other person is the person
the bad guy,
that you're not going to be friends with in the end.
Yeah,
you're going to be the one that's not friends.
I totally get that.
And they're going to stay together.
Of course, yeah.
And
but that's what I mean. I wouldn't otherwise get involved. But if they are both of my friends, that's what I would
but that is the reason why you should stay out of it. That's the reason why you should stay out of it, because you become the issue. The person that they both hate, because they're going to stay with each other
anyway,
and then you're going to be the person that they've got to keep away, because you possibly could tell their other friends that they were doing that, and they don't care probably, you know what I mean? So no, I'm keeping out of it. So what would you do?
I like very much when I was thinking of the dilemma, I was like, why are you coming to my house to ask me that you tell me that you're gonna propose? So that was my thinking of, he probably knows something's up and he's trying to check whether I'm about to tell you that something's up. So, like whether I'm going to be like, yeah, no, I wouldn't go down that road right now. Do you know what I mean? Or like give him a heads up or whatever. But the fact that it is both friends, I would still, I would give the friend a blight in the sense of say to still have that conversation with her and say, yeah, I saw you with this next man, and if you are going to be like doing up thingy, yeah, I'm coming out of both of these friendships. Because as far as I'm concerned, God's put me in this position to see one of you, like see you guys be here, and it doesn't sit right with me knowing that you're like as a friend, to know that my friend's doing that
would do something like that
with someone, then like you are already kind of putting me in the middle. So I would take myself out of the friendship and
not tell either one of them though.
No, so obviously I would tell the girl that, oh yeah, like I've seen you blah 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 and this is the reason I'm coming out of the friendship and whatever. And then obviously with that same thingy, I would probably have to tell obviously he's my friend as well, and when he rocks up and says, okay, well why is Reasha not speaking to us no more, you can have to explain that. That's why Risha's not speaking to you no more. So
supposing she says to you that well actually we're in an open relationship, we're in the what is his name, the slap face one,
entanglement,
we're in that sort of relationship apparently, you know, but we didn't want to tell you that we was in that type of, and now you've said it, it's like, no, I don't want to be your friend because like I don't want you to judge me. Who are you to be judging me?
Oh Lord.
Type of thing.
That's what I'm saying. Comes down to. As far as I can see, as in any
I just don't want to be a friend with somebody
in any of my friendship circles. If you're my friend, I would already know you're in an open relationship. It's easy, innit? Like
maybe
I'm
not,
just gonna roll past you one road. But like I feel like if I've known you for that long and I know you and the husband, you might have to give the friend who knows both of them, or the boyfriend, like you might have to let your friend know, just in case if I do see you out on road with someone else, then I know, oh okay, nothing to concern.
Nothing to see here.
Yeah, nothing to see here.
I mean, we're all adults.
But like you said, like it's only because both are the friends in that case, and obviously with that you are going on the knowledge that if it was this friend it is just the two of you. Do you get what I mean?
Because if it was just my friend being Hoey, then I'd know like, okay, I'm not really down for that shit, and then I can naturally distance myself.
Exactly. If I've known all these years you're a hoe and I still love you, then that's different. Do you know what I mean? I'm backing it. Like, but as far as I'm concerned, if it's a case of like, no, you've been, like you guys are close. Like you said, you're coming around for barbecues every weekend and we're doing ha he, and then now I'm like heartbroken as well. Do you know what I mean? And it's like, oh okay. But then like Mummy said, same way. You very much so. Yeah, like I know that I would have to come out of that situation completely because of the fact of it's definitely coming back to you. And there was another one where they similar to what you said, there was another one where someone said that they told the friend that like something was messing around and whatever, and then they got cut out and they went on got married 20 years.
Exactly.
20 years married.
Exactly.
Because sometimes you are the catalyst for that as well.
Exactly.
And if that is the case, I have to come out. Amazing.
Yeah,
amazing.
You know what I mean?
If I did that for you guys, great. Hate me.
You know, that is so true. I've seen relationships go from that to that, you know what I mean? And it's like, I'm not getting involved. My relationship will fizzle out with you as a natural. You know what I mean? As a natural.
So then the reverse is, if you was the friend, would you want to know?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So.
No, that's not the riddle. Hate, congratulate.
Hate, congratulate.
Hate, congratulate. Right. Who's got them? Anybody got one that wants to go first?
Mom?
Okay. My hate is when people call you out as racist. Do not call a black person out as racist. Have a look in the dictionary and see what racist means, right? You know, there is no call to say to a black person that you're racist, because it's a diversity situation. It's only people from the black community, and you want to say brown, I hate that, I hate that phrase, that can call themselves, they can say that, you know what I mean, they can't call themselves or anybody else a racist, because it can only happen to a black person. It can only happen to a black person. And can I just say that
I disagree with that statement. Sorry.
I know you do, but it's, you've got to know what racist means.
What brought on that?
Because our riot thing. But I can just say to you, I ain't racist, but let's trade places. That's a Tupac quote.
Lyric.
You know what I mean? Quote. And let me tell you, if you want to swap and see how it goes,
What racism
is really about, feel free. Okay? Get a darker tone.
Well, that's it. I mean, I've had this argument before. When you look at the definition of racism, no. But I believe that racism as a construct, it's like you have to be able to you have to be able to have influence over somebody to be able to think racism was how I always thought of it. So it's to have power over somebody.
Yeah,
so I don't see how black people can be racist, because we don't have power over people. But then the actual definition is not that. So
the word was made with black people in mind.
That's what I believe. But the Oxford Dictionary has definitely not supporting your statement there.
So let's change. If you think I'm racist, let's change.
Swap places.
Let's swap places. Carry on.
Me?
Oh, you didn't want to add what you?
No, congratulate.
I've just said I just don't agree with it. But
I've got two actually today. Sorry, I had to put them right there because I needed to.
Both hates?
A hate and a congratulate.
Oh, nice.
Someone a hate.
Why is she smiling?
I'm gonna listen. Do you know Sexyy Red, Mom?
Oh God.
She's a rapper from Sexyy, and she's.
She demonizes, and she goes into demonic things.
It's questionable because when you look at the name, could you open your phone? If you look, she's got this new lip gloss line out. Have you heard? Did you see?
But her songs are
the songs are questionable anyway.
They're not questionable.
She was
demonic.
thingy when she had her baby. She was there twerking up on the freaking thingy, and like each to their own, like whatever. But she says she's not a role model, and we always have these kind of conversations. Yes, rappers are not role models. No, my children do not listen to her and would not listen to her. So it is a parent thing, but it is on the radio. So even if they're just listening to everyday radio, you're gonna hear this girl and her nonsense. And she's obviously endorsed by the likes of Drake and whatnot. So she's got this new lip gloss line out called a Northside Princess.
Don't drag Drake into this. He's already going through enough.
Why not? Peter Pale. So yeah, she's got this new Northside Princess lip gloss. Now listen to the names of these lip glosses, right? Aimed at little girls, I would say, because who else is buying them? Do you know what I mean? Coochie Juice.
There you go.
Bootyhole Brown.
Demonic.
Nut. Pussyhole Pink.
Yeah.
Yellow Discharge. Gonorrhea. Blue balls and sex on my period.
She had somebody licking her out.
These are the names of the actual lip glosses, guys. No lie.
Hey.
So, you know what I mean? Gonorrhea is like a green one. Blue balls obviously speaks for itself. It's blue. Sex on my period. It's red. Yellow discharge. Yellow.
The only trouble is
Not is like a white kind of white tinted
and it's like
colour, Bootyhole brown, speaks for itself.
So you're just
Coochie juice, for fuck's sake, pussy hole pink. Like, what the hell, woman? Like, please, that's her.
You know, because you can't make your money any other way.
Yeah.
And she's gonna be making money. Like, people are already like, you know,
Other demonic
pre-ordering
people.
this crap. Do you know what I mean?
So I've got to say,
God.
like, this is
Sickening.
basically
Absolutely
exactly
sick.
what like Eminem was doing in his own version, like just doing so much
Outlandish
shit because he's just so like, I'm not trying to be your fucking role model. I'm not trying
I
to
get
be.
it, and that's what I mean.
Which I don't get me wrong.
I get it, but
I'm sorry,
there's levels.
Sexyy Red is nothing personal. I think your music's trash,
She's
and I feel like the thing that
yeah.
whatever you're pushing. To be honest, a lot of you black rappers
At the moment,
You know what you usually say?
are trash.
You know what you usually say?
And you're putting a
Don't
bad
give
bad
them.
name to.
Don't give them
a platform.
the platform.
But like,
but
I'm not even
Congratulations.
naming them.
I just had to, because I was just like,
yeah,
what?
I agree. I completely
In
agree.
Don't give him the
freaking
platform.
world. Okay, so congratulations to Bashy. So
She's just clapping. She's just like,
so
Sebastian.
Bashy.
Oh,
It's a rapper.
Okay.
And an actor actually. He was in them. I was telling you to watch it. That was another like thriller
and he
stroke
was in
thingy.
Black Cake as well.
He's done so much stuff.
In
He's
America.
a brilliant actor. He was in LA acting for a long time. So he started as a rapper, mom. So he's a West London rapper. And he's been going from like the Wiley days. You know Wiley?
what's the
Kano.
Congratulations.
So let me get there. So let me get. I'm trying to keep you in the loop so you understand what I'm talking about. So you know what I mean? I did include his interview with Chucky online in the group chat because it was such a good interview. Like, it was so like. It was good to kind of touch base with who he is now as an artist, because obviously he was a young man. So he's just released a new album, so that's the point. That's what I'm congratulating him on.
And it is a sick ass
it's
album.
so good.
Very
it's
good.
The cost of it's poor to be expensive.
Yes.
Or it's expensive to be poor. Oh, I need to get this right. being poor is expensive. Being poor is expensive.
And
that's the album. So obviously that's Bashy all over. It's like a play on word. He's a wordsmith. Anybody that's listened to Bashy knows. Like, my favourite Bashy tune is Black Boys, and that stands to today. That song, you could listen to it today and it still stands. And he's kind of done like on this new album. I put it on my story today. I think it's called "What Made a Black," how a black boy lost his smile, or how a black man lost his smile, and it's so like, how can I describe? It's just such a beautifully written piece. Like, he talks about his dad, like, always being hard-faced and serious, and his granddad, and even himself. He was like, which literally nearly brought me to tears at the time when I first listened to it, because anybody that knows my son, he's like got this massive afro, and Bashy always used to wear his hair in braids. Like, he used to have long finger braids. And one of the lyrics is in this song, "What Made a Black Boy Lose His Smile," was like, going to school and having long braids and never seeing anything in it, but then for a teacher to say, like, it's not appropriate, like, it needs to be cut. These are the types of things that make a black man lose his smile. And then he just goes through it and through it and through it, like, looking at another black man and being scared or shook. Like, these are the things that make a black man lose his smile. So, oh my God, by the end of the track, when I first listened to it, I was like, the tears were streaming. Because, as I said, it was just one of those, like, the whole album is very much an introspective, I loved it. It is all I can say. And you've just got to listen to it. Just listen to it from beginning to end, because it's such a beautiful piece.
At the moment, Bashy.
But it is expensive to be poor.
Yeah,
because when you think about it, ATMs in most areas, in most poor areas,
all of them,
you have to pay to get your money.
That's my point.
In
Like,
rich areas,
thing was,
it's free. Do you know what I mean? And in poor areas, it's, at least
they did take that out of a lot of places though, eventually.
What?
But yeah, the fee to take your money out.
Really?
Yeah.
It's still the same in our area. So anyway, what's yours?
So actually, I remember the third one, so I'm going to reel these off real quick. So my first congratulate is to all the Paralympians.
Yeah.
Second, got second in the world, the Olympics, so that's amazing.
The Paralymics, they came second.
Oh, Britain!
Oh,
bloody hell, well done.
So kudos to all you guys for representing. You don't get the enough attention.
It's
you really
true.
don't.
It's like the Olympics is done and nobody sticks around
and
for
the
the
thing
Paralympics.
is that sadly the Olympians don't get enough attention after the Olympics is done as well, but you guys don't get any attention really whilst it's happening. So shout out to you guys. The second one is I watched this documentary on Netflix called
Not the boyfriend.
I don't. So I think it's called Katseye. It's like a dance documentary.
Oh no, I haven't seen
Best thing I've watched
really?
in so long.
Oh wow.
so long. It was so good. Like
wow.
so it's like you know these K-pop groups. Do you know these K-pop?
Korean one. The one that's on TV at the moment.
So how they usually set up their K-pop groups is that they do like an all-intensive course.
Yeah.
So like a kind of like a make the band and stuff like that. But they were doing it originally. So they like go to an intensive thing. They go there for like a year or two. You learn how to dance, sing, everything, like facial movements, everything. So the Americans have taken that kind of like idea sort of thing and did it as a G-pop, which is a global
K-pop.
K-pop artist. So they're doing the same setup, but they got girls from all over the world sort of thing to join in this one group. So it's like literally from the beginning. So they show them like literally from the audition stages, like them sending in their videos and stuff like that, going on to like them going into the first singing, like because obviously the people that they've chose may be like amazing at dancing, but terrible at singing, and then not know how to like move their face or whatever. Or then they also had people who already had like a big social media following, and just potentially were just pretty, and then just said, "We want you."
Did you see the TikTok one, the TikTok cult one?
Yeah,
where it was getting all the dancers and that off TikTok. That kind of reminds me a little bit like.
But it's not. It's not that. No, not that.
And I saw something about that K-pop as well. Another documentary about how that kind of started. The guy that started that.
Yeah, I think he's in this. Oh, was he? So he wasn't in this thing.
Yeah, no.
Congratulations. What? So the whole documentary is a vibe. It's a vibe. Okay. Like just to see like. This evolution of when you are like, obviously because I did the whole, pursuing that kind of line of thinking of this wanting to be celebrity and seeing these girls who are wanting this so hard and how happy they are when they get the role, to then seeing the amount of hard work that you have to put in. It just was so nice to see young people like applying themselves to something that they wanted, seeing that it's hard work and still going after it, and then coming out like they did it as like a voting thing at the end, near the end. Obviously you could see who they were potentially going to be choosing anyway. But yeah, I just loved it as a documentary. Even hubby was like watching it with me and was interested in it as well, just to see how like they've developed over these 2 years. And some of the girls like dropped out, or they had moral reasons why they didn't want to do it anymore. But yeah, it was really like I just loved watching it. I forgot how much I do like watching those things, because it just was genuine as well. It didn't seem like they're just purposing them, and even like throughout it they're talking about how like they had different teams. So some people were older than 18 and some people were younger than 18. So then even the things that they would get them, the dances that they would get them to perform and stuff like that, or the older ones, like they would do like pussycat dolls, but then they were like, we don't want to over sexualize them, so then we're gonna do like something like light up the world, and we're like, do you know what I mean? So it was that was like, I feel like was so
refreshing,
and like I said, one of the girls like didn't agree with the like how the process went and stuff like that, and then she said, yeah, I'm gonna leave. Like that was it. Do you get what I mean? So it just represented, I think, to me, like the right idea in terms of what young people should be like going towards, the kind of morals that you should be having, the fact that you do need hard work to finger, and to also like, you know, not give up sort of thing. If that's not your calling or whatever, there is obviously something else out there and stuff like that. But it was really, really good.
The controversial side of it is like that dance moms.
So anyway, that's my congratulate. Moving on, my third one would be, I watched the Marlon Wayans. Is it Marlon?
Oh, did you watch it?
Marlon Wayans.
Shay.
Yeah,
I was going to watch that actually. As I said,
really good as well.
Yeah.
Really, like, I've got to be honest as well. Really, not a white girl, like a white chick thing. Obviously, I will like.
Yeah, because
this
like,
is the thing of like where
most of these films are a bit.
When I say like, I just want us to
they're
get to a stage in the world,
Yeah,
where like
I
can see a black person's work and just as much not like it. Like not have to feel like I have to like it or watch it or support it just because it's a black person. The Wayans brothers is very much that way, except my wife and kids.
Love my
but yeah, like Marlon, not generally my cup of tea. Like I'm not really into slapstick and stuff like that. But I love what the whole family as a premise,
can do whatever they want to.
What they've done, what they've built up, everything that they sacrificed to get there, and the fact that even the sacrifices that they weren't even aware of being made by their parents. The thing that he keeps like driving home is that like, yeah, they may have had all this stuff, but I had my mum and my dad, and he's like, that is it. That's what we needed. That is all that we needed. Do you get what I mean? Is that we had a mum and a dad, and that is so impactful over your iPhones, your trainers, your flipping Dior candle, over
I did think
all that shit.
When I watched a bit of it,
let's just put maybe more effort into building a good foundation and having someone who, even though who you love, that you can have disagreements with and be able to learn how to manage those disagreements with someone that you're living with every single day in your own home, so that then you know how to manage disagreements with people you're not living with, who are outside your home, that you probably have like more problems with, but then at least you built the foundation to deal with it, so that you can go out into the world and deal with people, rather than treating your own people like fucking shit, and then you go forth and turn into a vile ass person. Do you know what I mean? But
demonic,
like the fact of where he's coming on, like he's coming from in that whole documentary, really, really good as well.
Yeah, I
really
did think
enjoyed
that.
it.
I did think that,
There was
and I thought
lot of, like,
I will watch it in its
moments that he
entirety.
said, and like he talked about other people as well. It's all like love. It's all very positive.
Very, very positive.
Even when he's talking about the negative things, it's all very positive. So like that was actually quite a shocked interview. That I thought, okay, I did think that.
I'm going to watch that in its entirety.
And another charge been brought against Diddy. That's another hate, Some inmate in Virginia or something has brought some charges from the 90s that he assaulted him in the 90s apparently. Another lawsuit. And now they're talking RICO charges might be coming, so maybe that's like the racketeering and all of those type of charges. So they're going to try it. I think they're trying to build their case, basically, it seems. So the Diddy saga actually continues.
On.
Oh, and off that, congratulations, Ben Affleck. Because it seems like
He's so happy.
he made his great escape by the looks of it.
God.
The man is smiling.
He did his 2 years in purgatory, divorce is
I told you about
incoming.
the
What's the thing is that
Poor Jenny.
he could have told her within the first few days.
Did I tell you what
that
I
he could have,
thought,
what's
my thought
it?
was that?
What?
My theory on that was, my theory was that she said, marry me for 2 years and I will get you some money because I'm trying to do this concert, I'm trying to do that, and we will make this amount of money
They did
as
say
a
that
business
actually,
transaction. And
They did
then
say that.
once
That
it's
man was
done,
miserable.
once it's
Literally.
done, from the time everyone saw him
Miserable.
smoking by that door, and he was like, for fuck's sake. The last time I saw him like that was in Congo. I was like, is that him in Congo?
The
But
man was depressed.
they did
Like,
say
he couldn't
that.
even fake that shit unless he was acting.
And then did you see?
But
the
no,
match
he
on the
wasn't
pad?
acting.
Huh?
Did you see? No, he was acting.
He's got another girl already.
He was behind the stairs. The other one was when she got out of the car and you just
Yes.
smelled
Oh, yeah. When they were in public at the award show.
She went to
Yeah.
And
kiss
then
him.
raw freaking
I think she like tried to do one of them like
Oh,
things,
yeah,
and
and
he
it
was
was
just like, motherfucker.
He
Yeah.
says that
That was
she's too
miserable.
much. She's too much. She needs money all the time, and she's always doing things to gain more money.
And then when she said after it all fell through, and then she was like, yeah, I want to just be at home with my family and stuff. It was like,
so
'cause
unbothered.
no one paid for
Yeah,
it.
whatever.
No one paid
Anyway.
for it.
What?
And don't get me wrong, I'm not a J-Lo hater. I actually do back her, even though
You know,
everyone else does
She had
hate her.
Batty out pick. She was doing the first trapping. Everything was going on. She's like, listen, next one in. Ben's gone.
she could have told
Who
us.
wants it? Who wants
I
it?
don't even think they were
She's the
legally
one
married.
that could have told us
know
about
Trust me, they could
Diddy from Time. She could have told
Well,
us.
I wonder if it was something
what
to do
he
with
was
that because
like.
they kept bringing her name back up with that thingy shooting back in the 90s as well, didn't they? So I wonder if Ben was like, listen, this man ruined it for us back then. And you said you wanted to be with me.
No,
Yeah.
Ben
And now they're
definitely
bringing
just
it
didn't
all
want
back
to
up
be
again.
with her at the time.
I don't think he did either.
No,
I didn't
he didn't
see
want to
it.
be with a brown person.
Oh shit.
I don't think he did
Okay,
either.
on that
actually.
note.
As much as he liked the look of her, he
Everybody
didn't want
wants
to
the
marry
brown
her.
J-Lo, don't they?
She's not
No, but
brown.
they
They
didn't
want her
want to
type.
marry her.
They want her
Asian.
type
They
of
didn't
brown.
want to
brown.
marry her.
They want her
Aren't you
kind
just
of brown.
aren't you just Asian when you're brown?
Well, I don't know. She's Latino, isn't it?
Anyway.
Or was that a lie
They
as
want the
well?
Latinos.
She ain't from
Oh
the block.
God, was that a lie? Imagine.
Oh God.
She's just
But anyway.
plain old J.
Imagine making it that many years, yeah, and then someone being like, she went from no block. Bitch, shut up! Shut up!
Nobody cares now anyway.
Exactly.
She's not Jenny from the block
anymore
now anyway. Yeah.
Yeah,
She did her
well-
cultural appropriation like Pink and now she's done.
Oh, that was the other thing. Sorry, in the Marlon
What?
Wayans thing,
Is
and
it
that he
in?
told he
We have got another
talked
podcast
about
we
just
can do.
because it was just as another the other documentary that you was watching, the Dear Mama one. He talks about Tupac as well, and he says like how like he just remembers at one point like getting it, like he's left a party where Tupac was leaving as well, and obviously he was cool because they were like on the acting thing and they were coming up like that and whatnot. And he's left the party and he said he just got into the car and he kind of looked out the door and he saw Tupac kind of looking like at the car and then like looking back inside as well. And he said even in his head he was thinking, do I want to get in the
Split,
car
yeah,
with them
yeah.
guys? Do you get what I mean? Because that was also part of his personality, but it was like he had to defend so much of, you know, this what's happening in his hood and all of the shit that he's having to deal with. He's not allowed to be, you know, Marlon. Do you get what I mean? He's not allowed to be slapstick and funny and just, you know, picking his nose with his brothers and stuff like that because he's having to be a parent.
And he does say
Do you get what I mean?
in
Even though
Dear
they're
Mama
the same age.
that he didn't have that choice. He didn't have the choice to
You don't have the choice. and that's
be
the thing.
just a regular actor type of thing and get on with his life because people expected something else from him. But anyway. So the riddle.
Made!
Oh God.
Okay, yeah, remember we need to do that.
Made!
Oh my God. So the answer to the riddle.
Made!
Okay. Riddle.
Made!
So the riddle is, what has hands but cannot clap? It's my time to
These
talk.
ass cheeks.
Oh Lord. Don't comment.